Putang ina mo! Putang ina mo!
What's up YouTube, it's your boy Dashing Kevs and this is week 7 of the TPCCBL Draft League. I am the coach of the Duterte Durants and this week we take on Stefan and the Don't Run with Scizors. Being in the winner's bracket, we are expected to battle the better half of the league, which translates to better teams. His team has a lot of viable mons this game, and that just makes it a nightmare for us to deal with in regards to like the building process of it. Mons like Rotom Wash, Scizor, or Shifu Water, Chandelure, Espeon are all very good mons. He also has fast mons like Bolton and Draglo. So it's gonna be a really tough game for us on paper. The biggest threat on his team is Chandelure, especially a Scarf set. We don't really have the best ways of dealing with that. I thought about bringing Licky here, so we have like a Licky and Vaporeon core to deal with the Chandelure, since both of those check both stabs very well. But I felt like I didn't really need to bring Licky. I could get away with using the less popular mons of our team, because we do have to abide by the whole you have to use all mons within the 5 weeks. So this would be an opportunity to get those mons out of the way. Now unfortunately the game was getting delayed so much, and when I say delayed I mean we had to have had the game played like 2-3 weeks before, but we couldn't really get a hold of Stefan until we found out that he just dropped out of the league. So aside from getting the forfeit win, I wanted to make a video for our viewers. So this will be a mock battle I had with Quack, which is one of the top players in PML. So let's go check out the game and see how it went. So I lead off with Dougie as he goes Silvally. Now I go for Toxic here, where he was or he is immune, and goes to Urshifu. Now that was very poor, a very poor play on my part, because I was not aware that I was playing against Silvally Poison. I mean that happens when you do mock battles. I don't pay as close of attention as I should, and aside from the other mock battles I had with this team, Quack was the only one to bring Silvally Poison. So it's not like I played versus that mon in the past. So that was very surprising of me. A misplay, but it's not a big deal. We could have gotten EQ on it, which would have been very good. That could have done like 80% maybe. But it is what it is. Maybe he thought we were predicting a switch to, you know, one of his other mons, but yeah, it didn't work out for us, but that's fine. We go for Rocks here as he goes CC. Now the reason he went for CC was he didn't want to risk the Vaporeon coming in on the water move, because his signature move would hit 3 times and that would KO us through Sash. But in the event, Dougie is just here to set up rocks. Even if it falls, we're not really too concerned about that. I thought about going for EQ here, but I thought Toxic would be the better play in the long run, since even though he is -1, we are -1 as well. And Urshifu does have high HP and defense, so it probably wouldn't do that much damage. So better off with the Toxic, even though we would risk the miss. He goes for CC just to confirm Vaporeon doesn't switch in. We bring out Vaporeon here. He's forced to switch. We Rotom. We go for a Scald. We take decent damage there. We get the burn, which is very good for us. From what it appears, Rotom is his Maxmon, and we already took around 34% out of it. Yeah, 66 left. Yep. So that's not gonna be as useful. I bring out Shiinotic here because we check Rotom perfectly. There's nothing he can really do to Shiinotic. As he goes for the Defog, smart play. Switches to Chandelure as we go for the Moonblast. Now, Moonblast was the best thing we could have done there because it does have the chance to lower special attack, which any of his mons that came in. Maybe the better option was to switch into Espeon, predicting the Spore, because we do have Spore here, or Scizor, because Scizor could be affected by Spore but does resist everything that Chinotic can throw. So we have to switch out to Cinderace here as he goes for the Heat Wave. That did very little because we are Assault Vest with Cinderace, and the reason I really wanted Rocks Up this game was for Chandelure because that was the biggest threat. But it's not really that big of a deal because if it's not Scarf, then our Silvally would outspeed and it would OHKO it all the time. And we did get a big chunk on Rotom as well, so it looks like a good game for Croc to sweep in the late game. So just to Urshifu as we go Assurance there, which does nothing. But that's fine. We go for a U-turn here, get additional chip on it as we go Vaporeon. And that's when he goes for the water move. So very good play on his part, but you know, he may have thought that all those reads with the CC was costing him, and he wanted to do as much damage as he could, so he went for the water move, which guarantees the kill on Cinder. He goes for Thunder Punch here. That does not really close enough to knock us out. Goes for close combat this turn, as I believe we go for a Wish here. Yep, we go for a Wish, and he takes out to Poison. Brings out Silvally here as we go Silvally Ghost. Goes for an SD here. I would have preferred him going for the attack so we could have got some value over the Wish, but that's fine. Goes for Parting Shot here. Now the reason he went for that as well is because we resist the multi-attack because we are Ghost type. As we go for the multi-attack, we do a big chunk considering we're -1. Okay, so he is actually Citrus Berry on Rotom, so that means he has no plans of maxing that. But that should still be within range of multi-attack. But I probably didn't want to risk it if it was a roll. Maybe we got a high roll and you could get a low roll, so which is perfect for us. He goes for a Will-O-Wisp, so in case he got the low roll, we didn't want to get burned with Silvally. We don't really care about burn with Chinotic here, so we go for the Moonblast here. We do a decent chunk. Now he tries to set up on us with Calm Mind, so this is something we definitely prepped for, and we have the Pollen Puff for that. So that's gonna be a 2-hit KO on the Espeon. Not really much he can do about that. But he reveals Morning Sun, very interesting. So he has he's probably CM, maybe Psychic, and then probably Dazzling Gleam for Crook. That would make sense. So that's fine. We go for a Pollen Puff again because we were expecting to get the kill. He's probably gonna Morning Sun again as we switch to Cinderace, knowing that we can OHKO Vaporeon. I believe maybe even from full, but definitely from 88%. That's gonna get the KO. He didn't want to switch anything because I think he may read that we may just go for like the Ghost move because we did reveal Assurance earlier, and Chandelure is really a good mon to have in that case, which could be bulkier to live that, but probably not the Espeon. We go for Sucker Punch here, do a shit ton of damage as he goes Energy Ball. I don't know why, maybe predicting the Vaporeon switch, but yeah, I would have preferred if he went for Shadow Ball. Maybe he doesn't have Shadow Ball, I don't know. It's just the Rotom here. He's probably gonna sack this as we go for Assurance. And we should get the kill with U-turn. We go for Shinotic here. Now it goes for multi-attack here. Now, we actually fall there because I tried to read the SD and counter it with Spore. So that's what happened there. He goes for parting shot here. Goes to Scizor. I read that by going flame charge. And go for my own SD here. As he goes SD. That was a very wrong play to make because we would still be faster than him. And his best move to hit us would be Bullet Punch, which doesn't do nearly enough. We go for Flame Charge here, he reads that, Flash Fire, doesn't really matter. You can't trick us because we are the memory, you know, you can't really swap items. So with that trick actually, it looks like he was, what do you call this? Maybe he was Scarf or Specs, probably Scarf because I thought we outsped with Cinder, but that was Sucker Punch, so it was priority. But yeah, with the damage he's been doing, it looks like it was Scarf. So that was the tricky set that we were worried about. But we were able to position ourselves very well against it. We go for multi-attack here. We go Silvally Poison here. We go for multi-attack, do a shit ton. He goes parting shot, just try to bring it back. We go for SD again, as he goes bug bite, that doesn't really do nearly enough. He goes for Silvally as we go for a flame charge here. Brings out Scizor, goes for the bullet punch as we go flame charge. That's gonna be GG, it's dashing. So he actually could have just bullet punched on the first SD with Scizor. That may have done enough, or at least put us in range of another move from the Chandelure, but we do outspeed at that point, so it didn't really matter that much. And this was just a mock battle, so I actually wanted to mock with Quack because I know that he's one of those players that doesn't really like losing. So even if it's a mock battle, I'm assured that he would try his best to win, and we were able to just win very convincingly. At the end of the day, the game doesn't matter because we were getting the forfeit win anyway. So I just did this for the fans, you know, homies. And yeah, we'll be uploading the next game in a few weeks. So stay tuned. That will be all for now. Like, comment, and subscribe if you like the content. That's gonna be GG, it's dashing. Cheers.